Who is Theresa Ohrn? Well, she used to be my babysitter. So I'll use her as an example of how alcoholics are selfish and hurtful to others. Furthermore, they believe that their alcoholism is somehow a valid excuse for the horrible things that they've done, and they're not. Drug addiction is not a valid excuse. Whether it's alcohol or heroin, it is not a valid excuse. Look at how many people want to make excuses for them. See, while I was having to deal with harm from a guy in Chapel, Nebraska, who's a registered pedophile, named Robert Franklin Warnick. And he wanted to threaten my life. People wanted to say things like, oh, he was probably just drunk. Does that make it okay? Where do we draw the line? Drunk being a valid excuse. Is it okay for him to assault somebody if he's drunk? Does it make it okay to rape? Where do you draw the line? That goes for neglect as well. If you're neglecting your kids because you're drunk, well, it just makes you a horrible parent. When you tell somebody that you love them, you should probably not. If you're and they're being abused, you want to hear them. When you actually care about someone, you give them your full and undivided attention when they tell you they're being abused. That's what you do. If you cannot manage that, you do not care about them. You are a selfish person. If you want to use your alcoholism as an excuse, or you want to say things like, oh, well, I'm real messed up myself. Yeah, I know you're messed up. I know. I'm already well aware. The thing is, you being messed up is not a valid excuse. You making empty promises because you were fucked up. Well, maybe you shouldn't have been getting fucked up, especially if you're somebody's parent. How many kids have I helped raise because their parents wanted to go get fucked up? Quite a few. Theresa Ohrn isn't going to listen. She showed that before Natalie died and after. All 4 times that I went to see Theresa Ohrn, all 3 times that I went to see Theresa Ohrn, at her request, before Natalie died. All of those times, I actually made it on the day that I was supposed to meet with the woman I was supposed to, Theresa Ohrn. And every single time, she did not show up. No call, no show. Oh, sorry, Sean, I was too busy crying. Oh, you're allowed. Now, if I'd have done that, you'd throw it in my face forever. I already know. I already been through that. Now, of course, we're supposed to act like adults, right? If somebody's doing something harmful, you're supposed to tell them they're doing something harmful. If they care about you, they'll listen. Like, let me give you an example from many of your lives. Because I don't have to deal with this situation. I've never had a girlfriend. But you've got your girlfriend, or God forbid, even your wife. And you explain to her, you're spending an awful lot of money on pretty things to pretty up the house. The problem is that's our rent money. You can either have a roof over your head or a couch to sit on. You can't have both. See, that's one of the things about having to work together. Sometimes you have to say, all right, well, we can either get a bed or a couch, but we have to keep the roof over our head. Now, what does your girlfriend do? She's angry because you're telling her what to do. And like a petulant child, she's going to go out and spend a bunch of money. And she's going to say that it's her therapy. So you telling her that she can't spend all of your money or you're going to get kicked out of your place gives her anxiety. So she goes and spends a bunch of your money. Whether she earned it or not, that's both of your rent. When she wants to go on a shopping spree and then a girl's night out, that gets expensive. Meanwhile, you're not going with her. It doesn't do anything for you. And you're not supposed to say anything. You're supposed to man up and find a way to make up the difference, aren't you? Then when you kick her to the curb, you say, hey, we can't do this. I can't keep busting my ass for you to go out and party. We can't be having that. Then all of a sudden you're abusive. You're an abusive male who's obviously out to destroy her good time. See, that's the thing. We're supposed to act like adults. But you can't force a woman to act like an adult now, can you? No, you can't. If she's attracted to big dummies, she's attracted to big dummies. That's not your fault. Who she's dating is not your problem and really shouldn't be your prerogative. Now, how she treats you, that's something you need to pay attention to. Absolutely. Girls don't generally go out and take revenge themselves. What they do is they run around all your friends and family talking shit. It's called gaslighting. And it's something I'm used to. Anyway, we got a troll on my channel. What do we do with these guys? We take a screenshot, right? Oh, come on now. And lo and behold, he's gone. Holly types, some guys do that as well. Yeah. Some guys do, but here's the difference. It's the guys you give the time of day. But women are more prone to it. See, when a guy's going to stalk you, he's going to do it by himself. When a woman stalks you, she gets her friends for her, and they go and run her information. And that is how women run things. And women do run things. Situation. And all of those men follow what the women say. All of them. They have. You have to do what a woman says, or she'll destroy your life with allegations. When people ask a woman if she took it to the police and she says no, you take that with a grain of salt. When a man has to take something to the police, you ask him if he went to the police, and he says he tried. He honestly fucking tried. But that's not what we teach, is it? We teach little boys from birth that we're supposed to protect women and children. And we train women from birth how to manipulate that. Whether or not she chooses to is not up to me or you. Just like whether or not a male chooses to is not up to me or you. Statistically, women are 11 times more likely to be stalkers than men, but men are between 6 and 26 times more likely to be arrested and convicted. A man doesn't have to be a stalker. Let's say, let's say you're dating somebody and it's over. You know it's over. You kick that person to the curb, whether they're male or female. And then you have your friends coming up to you and harming you over that individual. Your friends. Like, set down boundaries. You get to see how many people will not respect my boundaries and then they expect me to respect theirs. No. This is a two-way street here. It's unfortunate that I'm the one in the desperate situation with help. They're not the ones being abused. They're not the ones being. Holly typed, run around tattletaling to people, not just women. Well, very much so. You're right. It's not just women who do that. Holly typed, I've never been a stalker. And Holly, absolutely, that's true. Well, with the exception of the part where you type, you've never been a stalker. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't. I'm not you and I don't live your life. I know that some guys do that stuff as well. I know they're running around tattletaling to people, not just women. But here's the thing. Are you really tattletaling? See, I'm not angry about tattletaling at all. If I had punched you in the face and you went to the cops and said, hey, Sean punched me in the face, well, rightly so. Rightly so. You got punched in the face. You should be able to go to the police when you're punched in the face. Same as I should, but you're a woman, so you can. Are you likely to get blown off the same as me? No, not the same as me. You may have criteria that make you less likely to be heard, and you might be surprised to hear this. If your teeth are crooked, you're less likely to be heard. If you have gray hair or wrinkles, you are less likely to be heard. If you are overweight, or as a female you have chin hairs, you're less likely to be heard. If you have blemishes or you have one eye that is higher up on your face than the other, then you are less likely to be heard. The more wrinkles you have, the less likely you are to be heard. And you as a female, the less petite and meek that you come across as, the less likely you are to be heard. Whereas as a man, our expectations are different, aren't they? For a man, if you're under 6 foot, for every inch under 6 foot tall that you are less likely to be heard. Now you guys get to hear me being abusive on my channel, don't you? I'm absolutely verbally abusive. Holly, am I incorrect about this, or am I verbally abusive on my channel? Now don't get me wrong, there is a basis and a reason for it. But every predator thinks that they have a valid reason for doing that, right? What makes have me home? I even went to therapists because all these people are the ones that I'm told to go to. These are the people who are supposed to care. But what do you do when they don't? You gonna say please? When that doesn't work and you're still being abused, let me ask you, Holly, if you're a daughter, because if you say son, then people say, oh, he can take care of it himself. Can't say assault or murder because nobody cares about those, because apparently only rape matters, because that's the only crime that is more likely to happen to women than to men, and only just barely. That's right, it is literally the only crime that is more likely to happen to women than men. The only one. Men are more likely to be stalked. They're more likely to be murdered. They're more likely to be killed. That's right, by a lot. Men are killed at 5 times the rate of women. Unless we're talking about police, in which case, God damn. Let's see, Holly typed, why does it make it more intimidating to police if you're over 6 foot? It's not. We're talking about other people giving a shit about what you have to say, not just police. You, Holly, as a woman, are more likely to listen to somebody with the opposite gender if they're tall, and even more likely if they're good looking, and even more likely if they have straight teeth and a perfect smile. University of California gave out a lot of information about 5 years ago about that, about how looks are the number one deciding factor in whether or not you believe somebody. No matter how much you think in your head that you're not that way, you absolutely are, same as everyone else. You look at someone and you make a judgment immediately upon seeing them. Some of them you make the judgment that they're far off, don't matter, and you don't have to assess them or size them up. Some people are in your immediate vicinity, and you can smell them. You smell them, you start forming opinions. That's a judgment. An opinion is a judgment. However, there's a difference between having an opinion and passing judgment, isn't there? That's right. Your opinion may be that the person next to you smells wonderful. They smell like they work in a flower shop. Your opinion might be that the person next to you stinks so bad that somebody should spray him down with a fire hose. Passing judgment is the asshole who pulls out a fire hose. Now, of course, what do my predators do? They call me mostly for attention, either late at night or when I'm on my channel, so that they can try to get that attention. Oh, look, see, we can call Sean over and over and over again. Now, who is this? This is Andrew Wolnez. Oh, he didn't call. Well, then why is he calling me? Oh, there he goes again. Every day. Now, who is this? This is absolutely Andrew Wolnez. How do I know who's calling? Because I've heard his voice, and because I know we got the phone number, and we got the phone number from. Now, I've explained this probably 100 times on my channel, but you're going to keep on asking, aren't you, Holly? You know, this is at least the third time that you've asked this. Now, Holly type, and I don't think for wrinkles, lazy eyes, etc. No, here's the thing, Holly. See, you're talking about consciously doing so. No, you will sit there and listen to somebody lie to you and bullshit you because they're good looking. You will sit there and looking. You're a human being. That's the way you work. Whether you're a police officer, a doctor, a judge, a lawyer, or a janitor, it's the same. I know a lot of guys who live with, well, wives that you would look at and go, oh my God, you married that? That's gross. And maybe you're not like that. Or maybe you believe you're not like that. But the reality is, most of the people who have listened to their conversations with me have realized that they're the ones that fucked up. Now, they'll argue with me until they're blue in the face, and I'm a horrible person for challenging them, for challenging their content of character. But when I send them the evidence of it, oh my God, that's when they really flip their shit. All right. And I'm sorry that I'm reading this stuff a long time after it's typed. That's one of the things that does become frustrating. Obviously, Holly is typing this stuff in response to stuff way earlier, and I have to try to put it where it belongs in the conversation instead of reading it out of context, or if I read it at the wrong time, taking it for whatever it is that I literally just said instead of the context it was typed in. Holly typed it. And you'll type what you believe. Holly typed, I get what you're saying. How do you know who's calling? What you believe religion-wise. No, religion isn't wine, Daniel. Arthur Morgan typed will. Holly typed see, you're judging on your friend's wife's looks. Exactly. Judging or passing judgment. That's exactly the point of that analogy. You've already made a judgment. Now the question here is, you think she's dog ugly, that your friend could do better. However, that's still your friend. Are you going to be accepting of the fact that he's married a dumpling, a fatty, or a scrawny? Different folks for strokes for different folks. I know a lot of women who have some pretty darn good looking husbands just based on their merits. Now, what merits are those? Every girl who wants to make herself look pretty misses out on this one thing. The guys who want a pretty girlfriend are the ones who want to possess you as property. That's what they see you as, a pretty trinket. There's a song called Girls Just Want to Have Fun, right? Or are those just the lyrics? Well, here's the thing, the same thing with guys. We love to serve. We are built for this. We are trained for this from the day we're born. It is our job to serve women and children. It is our job to protect women and children. It is our jobs to lay down our lives for women and children. It is our jobs to go to work and earn a paycheck to take care of women and children. And it is our job to pay taxes so that women and children who are less fortunate than us are able to eat, are able to have a roof over their head, are able to have dental. Things that many of us will never have, oddly enough. Let's see, Holly typed, I will stop because soon I'll have to leave, but we'll be back by 4. Not leaving yet. He is. Let's go. Holly typed, of course. Arthur Morgan typed something that you're attracted. Holly typed 3 p.m. Arthur typed, what is he asking about? Holly typed, Cyndi Lauper, preach it, Pappy. Crafty Crabs. Oh my God, are you the same one that was here like 3 months ago being an asshole? I appreciate humor. It's the only reason you didn't get blocked. Holly typed, who's Arthur Morgan typing on here? We got someone called Wrenchez typing Taylor Swift sucks. Well, I don't care. I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift either. Is she too scrawny? See, there's judgment, isn't it? Now, here's the thing. If Taylor Swift asked me out on a date, would I say yes? No. I don't know her. She could be the kindest person on the planet. Maybe she's complete and total trash. I don't know. I've never met her. My judgment is based on what Hollywood allows us to see. My judgment is based on what the news has allowed me to hear, what the tabloids have allowed me to hear, and of course the opinions of those around me. But when it all comes down to it, I have never met Taylor Swift. Just because I think she's too skinny for my liking, that's not as a matter of dating. That's not a matter of breeding. That's not a matter of anything of that nature. It's a matter of she doesn't look healthy. She looks like she needs some food. If you set her next to an Ethiopian in 1996, she'd look in place. People that are on here being trolls. What do we do with these guys? You already know. Scout Williams typed, if God allowed me to marry my younger sister and my parents didn't protest, then why you judge me? See, there's another troll. What do we do with these folks? Gracie wanted to know why I'm doing this live. Well, I'm doing it live because I don't have any friends or family who give a shit. Gracie typed, what is Crafty Crab is doing? He's trolling for attention, but he's trying not to do it in a bullying or mean fashion. He's just fighting for attention, just like many of you. Many of you come to my channel because you're alone or lonely yourselves, or because you live in a household full of people that don't understand you and talk over you and disrespect you, and you're not the only ones. Exactly right, Holly. You've been here long enough to know the protocol. This is an autocratic dictatorship. Arthur Moore Gracie typed, oh, I'm sorry. Monkeys are fun typed, guys spam A. Casey Booch Hisney typed, hi. Crafty Crabs typed, I have no attention. Holly typed, oh, no, Crafty Crabs, we're giving you attention. There's at least 3 people typing in the chat who have given you attention. They kind of wonder what you're doing. Same as they wonder what I'm doing. And what am I doing? My best to ignore this stuff over and over and over again. Now, Holly, you can see here how all of these people being demanding of attention, it takes away from my story and my ability to get help. It eats up an awful lot of time, and it gets literally everyone sidetracked. So seeing all of the assholes typing on this, they're being absolutely useless. Do you understand why I get frustrated with you in specific? Seeing the people that I've blocked, do you understand why I blocked them and not you? Do you see why? Crafty Crabs, you're just to be a dick. Crafty Crabs is coming here specifically for attention for a specific reason. Not stating that reason, it's probably just boredom, but not always. Holly typed, I ha-ha'd at what you said about hide user. Yeah, me too. Arthur Morgan typed, I have nothing better to do. And see, that's one of the things, boredom. That brings a lot of my users here. Well, it's entertainment, where for me it's pain. A lot of my trolls that get on here and harass me, do they give a shit about me? Not even in the least bit. Holly type, honest diary. See, here's the thing, is that I'm not on this channel trying to spare or trying to give out every single detail, single person's secret. Matter of fact, the point here is not to have to. With a lot of people who kicked me in the dick, well, they're on my channel for a reason. They did wrong shit. Rather than fess up to it, they forced me to post it publicly to show I was telling the truth. Wouldn't it have been easier just to admit that it's the truth? Just saying. Arthur Morgan typed, I am sorry, bro. Casey typed, how old are you? Joshua typed, we're going to get rid of Josh up. Holly typed, they're new here. Exactly, Holly. They are new here. And most of them, just like you, came here because of a suggestion from ohrn. Of course they're new here. The thing is, I'm only here until I get a friend or family member who gives a shit. A friend or family member I can trust. And in order to trust them, they have to be able to listen one-on-one, to give me their full and they are being human. When somebody needs help, either you get on it and you help them, or it continues for a very long time. Let's take a look at the situation with Theresa Ohrn. She had several opportunities before Natalie was killed to give a shit. After Natalie was killed, she had several more. During all of those times when she said that she cared, she'd say over and over that she cared, she'd say that she loved me, and then she'd go right on with using me as a therapist. But I'm supposed to be obligated as a male to listen to all of that, right? That's what we're here for. We're supposed to listen. Why? Why do we have to listen? When we're harmed, why is it that no matter what, you're going to give us excuse after excuse after excuse why it's okay? Now, absolutely, I agree that this stuff does go both ways. But I also see, in reality, that it's women who are taught to have unrealistic expectations. Realistically, you're not a millionaire husband who's 6'4". That's just not going to happen. Now, realistically, guys are more into utilitarian purpose than anything else. Girlfriend. To be around and she's glad to be there. She knows that cuddling feels good, and at the end of the night, she still wants to cuddle with you because it still feels good. What happens with the pretty girlfriend? She's got a lot of people fighting for her attention, and she's always going to be looking for an upgrade because she knows she has that option. Oh, you're only 6'1", and the guy down the street is 6'2". You only make $100,000 a year. That guy down the street makes $102,000 a year. You drive a Corvette, but that guy drives a Maserati. You live in a 5-bedroom house. He lives in an 8-bedroom house. That's reality. And we see women settling the same way, don't we? We see women that are with those fat guys with beards. And you say, oh, she's a queen. Oh, queen, you could do better than that. You could do better than that. Oh, no, she couldn't. You can do better than being treated like a human being? No, that ain't gonna happen. The most happy marriages that I am aware of are between two fat people. Two people who don't have a bunch of false expectation because they have lived the reality of being fat people their whole lives. And then, of course, the passing of judgment. Oh, and you can't bring up the fact that people pass judgment on fat people, or you get told that you're passing judgment on fat people just because you said the word fat people. Arthur Morgan type crafty crabs, don't be a troll. Here's the thing about crafty crabs. That's not going to work. What that is it's going to result in crafty crabs being more of a troll in motions. There's a message held for review. Potentially inappropriate messages are held for review. Okay, I got it. It says, oh, someone calling themselves RHX wants me to use a racial slur. Nope, not going to happen, and you're getting blocked from my channel. Hide user on this channel. Damn, that was easy. Take your racism elsewhere. People really care that much about height? Yes, especially here in the United States. So you will view this message. Crafty tab. Crabs typed, are you fat? Oh. No, but yes, let's take a look at my belly. I haven't seen it in a couple of months. If I push it out, I'm fat. See? No, I'm not fat anymore. I was a fat kid for a while, but I didn't stay that way. Holly type, geez, you're brutal but funny. Crafty Crabs type, Crafty Crabs is such a troll. Holly type, gotta drive, but I'll be back by 3 if you're still on. Holly typed, you're not fat. Really? This right here, this is the closest I get to having human conversations, is once in a while running into somebody like Holly who types on here. And then we get trolls like Abby C who just wants to press the fire button over and over and over again. Ryan typed Abby HRU. I don't know what HRU stands for, but either way, Crafty Crabs type Chad. Yup, Chads. Now you know what I'm talking about. These women that we're supposed to listen to, do they actually care about men? Or are they actually complaining about men? Or are they caring about Chads and complaining about Chads? See, you want a man who's 6'4" and a millionaire to give you attention, and you're gonna base every man in America off of that man. Why won't men date us? Why don't men find us attractive? A man who's 6'4" with $1 million in the bank, guess what? He's got options. That's right, when you got lots of money, do you want to go down to the local shelter like a poor person's gonna and get a dog there? No, you're going to go to the choicest breeder and buy the dog that you want for thousands of dollars because you can. And if you don't get the perfect whatever you wanted or expected out of your money, you might even sue the breeder. Whereas you got that little boy or girl went down and got that rescue dog from the local shelter. And they slept with that dog till that dog was old and gray. Till that dog got cancer, got a lesion, got a worm, got whatever it is that dog got, including maybe even old age. So, of course, people on here, they care about a lot of other things that have nothing to do with my situation or stopping the abuse here. Casey claims to be 16 years old, and children should not be on my channel. For informational purposes, but not to type on it, not to take part in it. See, if you get on here and type that you're 16 years old and I respond at all, then I have to deal with people pretending that I'm trying to groom you to come touch my naughty place, which is never going to be the case. Abby C typed I'm 12, so what do we do? Hide Abby on this channel. We're also going to hide Ryan on this channel. Now, how many of you understand why they're being blocked and others aren't? Instead of listening, this entire chat has been a whole bunch of trolls that just want to be trolls. They don't care what's going on. They don't care to listen. Crafty Krabs is real good at pulling that out of all y'all. They're on Musty Krabs and what was the other one? Krabby Patty. We got somebody trying to get their stuff looked at, calling themselves the Duck Squad. And they typed, "Are you okay?" No, I'm not. Restricted call after restricted call. I've had these stalker issues since 2016. Nobody listens. The Duck Squad typed, "Do you need help?" Yes, I do. Crafty Krabs typed, "Why are you not okay?" Because I need a real friend to help stop the abuse that I'm going through, the assaults, and a lot more. The financial abuse. Because see, here's the thing. I'm an at-risk adult. I'm a disabled adult who's on the streets. I have no friends or family who actually care if I'm harmed. They may say that they do, but their actions show that. We got another person here trying to get themselves hidden on my channel, and now they're hidden on my channel. They're gone. Crafty Krabs typed, "I'm not trolling. Who is it?" Trollers. They'll start with local law enforcement. But basically, anybody who looks up the name Natalie Bollinger, anybody who's interested in true crime who runs across her name is likely to come on here and be abusive. The fact that 30% of women in America between the ages of 18 and 35 are addicted to true crime stuff, and the fact that obviously the evidence I have versus the things said about me, they don't line up. True crime is a horrible, horrible pastime. It's a horrible hobby. Because then we have people passing judgment on innocent people just because they heard a rumor. But this isn't just somebody in your local neighborhood who heard a rumor and is coming and asking you about it, or maybe even picking on you about it. This is global. But how many people are going to recognize that? Arthur Morgan type, Crafty Krabs, you are trolling. Well, Crafty Krabs absolutely started off trolling as usual, and as per usual, Crafty Krabs remembers where Crafty Krabs is at and starts asking questions that, well, you get to notice I'm annoyed by them, but they are important questions, and I do try to answer them. Crafty Krabs type, you should reach out for help. Well, I have many times. That's literally what this channel is for. Reaching out for help, turning in the abuse to the police, to the courts, to adult protective services. The Duck Squad typed, if you need rescued, say Pickles. Sorry, but Pickles is my stage name. I only use the name Pickles when I'm behind the camera. Har, 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 har. Good jokes. Yeah. Thuggalos, Juggalos, Wallet, and Watch. Juggalos, I know a lot of those references. All right, Aaron Morton is getting hid from the channel because trolling. Doesn't get better until people give a crap, until they actually make an effort to do something other than saying pretty words, useless words. Don't say hope, give hope. Lots of people got a bad habit of thinking that I just don't know what, tell me what to do. I know exactly what to do, but I can't do it alone. These people's suggestions are nearly always that I do it alone, or they'll offer to help me, but will never follow through, or they'll suggest that I should get some help, except they're not helping, and they're not helping me to get the help that they're suggesting either. Gracie is typing, please stay on this world. What the hell for? So alcoholics who claim to be friends of mine can tell me how mean I am for being honest about their alcoholism and how mean it is, how mean they are to others over it. During very critical points in my life, when I needed an actual friend to help me to turn in abuse, when I ended up druggies, a bunch of drunks, bunch of alcoholics, meth heads, heroin addicts, telling me what to do, telling me what to think, telling me what to feel, and fighting for attention because for once there was a lot of attention on me. And all these folks thought, oh, well, with all this attention on Sean, maybe I could get some attention. And when the attention on, there's the ones who wanted money. Once the money was gone, they were gone. Who promised they'd help me if I showed up with cigarettes. Once the cigarettes were gone, they were gone. Crafty Crabs typed, I genuinely hope you get better, and are you Christian? Hey, Crafty Crabs, is this about me and helping me, or is it about answering curiosities? My favorite book ever written is the Holy Bible, and my favorite character out of any book ever written is Jesus. However, I am not a Christian, and I don't believe any of that bullshit. It's still bullshit. And even more so than that are the people who claim to follow it. It's like people who have kids and then they want to go out and beat on people and molest people and then hide behind their kids. Oh, I wouldn't do that. I have kids. Oh, I'm scared of you. I have kids. Predators use any advantage, and that includes the Christian ones. Bell Bell asked if I'm gay. Not today, I'm not. For $1 million a day, I'll go gay for pay. Other than that, I'm not straight. I'm interested. See, I don't need help with that part of my life. I know how my equipment works. And I don't want to waste any more than 30 seconds. If you're going to get less than 2 minutes out of me and complain about that less than 2 minutes, keep in mind I don't want to waste the extra minute, 2 minutes anyway. It takes more time for me to get undressed to try to please you than it takes to please myself. Meanwhile, just the thought of getting laid is going to boil your fucking brains if you're expecting it. And if it's not as good as you want it to be, you're going to complain some more. I would rather just avoid that part altogether. I'm not interested in having kids. I'm not interested in bringing offspring into this world that you're going to treat the way that you treat me. Grace typed, please stay on this earth, please. I know times are right now, but we care about you. 988 suicide hotline in case you need it. How about go fuck yourself, Gracie? Maybe go back and listen to the 988 suicide lifeline calls I've made. They don't give a fuck. What you're doing is grasping at straws. You know what you should do just for suggesting 988 suicide lifeline? You should stick one in your face and pull the trigger. That's what you should do. You can make a difference. They don't give a fuck. But you would know that if you ever had to deal with this shit. Now, how do you like that rudeness, that meanness directed specifically at you, all because you typed something that, hell, we'll show this. I'll click show so people can see it. Oh, come on. Says another moderator just handled this. Whatever. Crafty crabs, the Bible is not BS. Jesus can help you heal crafty crabs. Any more of that, and I will block you. You'll have to make another account to get on here and bug me. Gracie typed, excuse you, I was just trying to help. No, you weren't. You were assuming. You were assuming. You weren't listening. Understand. Does Suicide Lifeline stop abuse? No, they don't. Do they care about abuse? No, they don't. Do they care that they're mandated reporters? No, they don't. They're not going to do their jobs. They've shown this time and again. It's supposed to be suicide and crisis lifeline. Meanwhile, they don't give a fuck if you kill yourself. Gracie typed, like, bye. Oh, bye, Gracie. I don't need a bunch of people trying to help by making suggestions. That's not trying to help. Trying to help means listening to the victim one-on-one and giving them your full and undivided attention while you're busy interrupting to say anything, giving them your full and undivided attention. You're being demanding of attention yourself. So, bye. What are the chances that Gracie is a woman? They're pretty goddamn good. Now, are there men who act like that? Yes, there are. But it's primarily women who do this. Either you do what they want right when they want it, or you're a horrible person because they were just trying to help. No, if they were trying to help, they'd be listening. Listening. Crafty Crabs wants to have an opinion, so we'll read Crafty Crab's opinion. Crafty Crabs typed, listen, I get it that you're going through a hard time, and I'm really sorry, and I hope you get it. Jesus is real if you want to believe it or not. God is there for you. He saved me and can save you. And what do we do with those? I'd use her on this channel. Blam, that easy. Did he come on here showing his Jesus? No, he came on here showing troll. And yes, several people did point it out. So is that person a Christian? No, no. That person's an asshole. And I'm an asshole back. Equality, however, doesn't mean going and taking it out on innocent people. I judge you for your actions and decisions. Now, you say two wrongs don't make a right. Like killing somebody, for example. I disagree. That's a fucking analogy, not a real life situation. Let's say you're at your house, you're minding your own business. Your neighbor comes into your backyard, kicks in your back door, has a shotgun, and starts shooting up your family. So you grab a shotgun and you go and shoot him. Well, now you're the bad guy. Because two wrongs don't make a right. It's wrong to kill people, isn't it? That's right. You guys are going to play head games and word games like that. You know that the goddamn situation is more important than your fucking opinion or your pretty meme. But you want to say you're pretty mean because that's the end-all, be-all, fix-all of everything, isn't it? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. You just got to love yourself. Are you mentally retarded? Anyway, what have you done to be useful on this channel so far? Nothing. through this entire video, it's basically been a bunch of useless people typing useless bullshit because they're bored. They're not here because they give a fuck about me. They're not here because they give a fuck about Natalie. A lot of them are only here because I'm more interactive than the channels that they watch. Goobers typed, oh, really, 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 really. I can say whatever the hell I want within reason. Should. That's a good word right there. Should. When I say that people should do something, is that my opinion? No, that's your opinions. The accumulation of your collective opinions on situations like this. Like, of course, when it comes to child molesters, how many people are of the opinion that all child molesters should be killed? There's a lot of people who believe that all child molesters should be killed. Everybody accused is guilty. Throw those accusations out there just because they didn't get what they wanted right when they wanted it. Far too many, both men and knowing women like that. All of you are capable. And what's going to happen to Scout Williams? Type it on my channel. Scout Williams is going to get blocked. See, he's offended by me having emotional reactions to abuse that are the proper emotional reactions to abuse. And of course, then there's the age thing. Oh, you're old enough. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Age don't matter. See, when I was 18 years of age, state of Nebraska, you're not legally an adult until you're 19 years of age. And of course, there's no legal emancipation in Nebraska, so you're stuck that way until you're 19. You're not considered a legal adult in Nebraska till you're 19. So, when I was 18, I was in the Colton Boys and Girls Home in Colton, Nebraska. Now, there's like 6 people in the whole place. And I got a kid who's in there flipping on and off my light. I just want this dude to leave me alone. I'm up the stairs in my room to get away from this dipshit and try to get some sleep. So he comes up and he's flipping on and off my light over and over and over again. And I yelled at him, knock it the fuck off. And yes, I yelled it. And I got arrested for disturbing the peace at 18 years of age. Yeah. And they made sure to emancipate me from the state so that they could charge me as an adult. Meanwhile, Natalie Bollinger, Alicia Bollinger, age don't matter. You'll always pretend that they're just little girls, No, these are adults who made adult decisions to do horrible things to innocent people. These are adults who chose to get fucked up on drugs and destroy innocent lives. This you're old enough bullshit. No. You're passing judgment on a situation you're not in because you're a pussy. You're a coward. You're a weekend warrior. You're a computer warrior. You're a keyboard warrior. And before you try to accuse me of being any of that, why don't you take a look at the history throughout this channel? I take my lumps in real life because of cowards like you who think that your opinions are more important than the truth. Oh yeah, and then we got idiots who want to play the god. Crabs showed up on my channel showing asshole. Yeah. And then once I play Christians in the end, no, I'm not playing that. Anyway, Goobers typed, okay, I love the Chan, but you can't tell someone to commit suicidal behavior because you're mad. You heard? I'm not blaming Jesus for you being a fucking retard. It's not Jesus' fault you're a fucking retard. Jesus didn't make you retarded. Oh, wait. Jesus made you. So I suppose, according to your religion and your belief system, that Jesus made you. Jesus, being part of the Holy Trinity, is the reason that you're alive. So, yeah, you can actually blame Jesus for that one. And when you type that I can't hate on Christ, people trying to help me, they're not trying to help me. Telling somebody what to do is not help. Talking over the victim is not help. Making it a public for entertainment thing is not help. If any of you were decent people, anything other than complete and total pieces of shit, you would contact me and listen one-on-one. I don't mean talk over me. I don't mean interrupt me to make suggestions nonstop. I mean shut your goddamn mouth and listen with the intent of understanding. And then at the end, you can ask plenty of questions. But listen to the victim so you know what the fuck is going on first. When you're asking 10,000 questions without finding out what's going on first, you're showing that you don't care about that person. You don't care about what they're going through. You're just trying to rush through it because you're not actually interested in doing anything useful. No, I absolutely don't hate Christ for a bunch of fucking pieces of shit who want to pretend like they're trying to help. Not a goddamn one of you has tried to help. Not one of you. I don't know where the fuck you get off with that claim. And then your dumbass wants to just, no, I already said that book ever written is to Jesus. It ain't Jesus' fault that you're full of shit. It ain't Jesus' fault that you don't show your Jesus. Was Jesus a loving Jesus? Did he serve mankind or did he harm mankind? Jesus did not harm mankind. Mankind harmed mankind in Jesus' name. The same people who hide behind the Jesus, the way those cowards want to hide behind their children when they do wrong things. Oh, I did horrible things and I got busted, so I'm going to hide behind my children and say, oh, I'm afraid for my kids. Realistically, most of these women should be afraid for their kids. Me, I want you in prison so you can't harm other people. What happened when Polly Olson got away with doing her bullshit? She did it to others, and then she got busted. Same thing with Waylon Lolatai. You didn't listen to me, he did it to others, and he got busted. Yeah. You didn't want to listen to me about Sarah Nelson or Michelle Decini. They sure enough did get busted. As far as telling them to, what, you should. You don't like it. You think it's wrong. You don't think it's wrong when people do it to me. Meanwhile, people actually do that shit to me. You're going to complain because I give one dumb cunt on my channel a tiny taste of what I have to go through every day, and you're going to fucking piss out your goddamn mangine over it? Holy hell. Jesus fucking Christ, that is some ignorant fucking shit. No, I'm not telling people to go do that. I'm sharing your opinions. You show that the rules, they change. How dare I speak up? Scott Williams type, you're old enough to know that being cynical and being depressed is destructive. There's more you can do than just complain. And that's the thing, Scott Williams. I'm not just complaining, I'm speaking out. Do you know the difference? I'm not just talking to hear myself talk, you fucking fucktard. I have to endure every day, and dumb cunt and a troll. Pull your head out of your ass, Scout Williams. You're old enough to know that. But what else is going on here? Other than you trying to get yourself blocked from my channel? Well, it's going to be you getting blocked from my channel. Goobers type, that's not within reason though. Danny Jose type, what's up, man? Goobers type, that's BS. Goobers typed, okay, you can say whatever you want because God gives us free will, but it's not right to tell people to end their lives because you were unhappy with your own. Hell to end their own life, you dumb fucking cunt. You retarded piece of shit. Jesus fucking Christ, no wonder you got the name Goobers. How does that feel, Goobers? How does it feel? You try to reword everything that I say into an insult, I'll fucking insult you. You want to be a little bitch about it, I will be as much of an asshole as I have to be. Because you're making it about you. You're wanting to twist my words into something they ain't so that you can be a butthurt little bitch. You aren't a Christian, you're a piece of shit, straight up. Do you give a holy flying fuck about the people that bully me? Do you give a shit, or are you going to pull this two wrongs don't make a right? Because it's not two wrongs. I take this abuse every single day, and it's not fucking idiots. Cooler dude 123 type, do you watch your hands after going to the restroom? Just wondering about hygiene. And see, that right there doesn't matter and has nothing to do with this situation. That's your situation, and if you don't want advice, well, you didn't type that properly, but instead of being a grammar night, see, I'm just going to tell you you didn't type that correctly. It happens. I never fucking asked your bitch ass for advice, goobers. Nobody asked your bitch ass for advice. I'm telling my story, not asking for advice. Are you so mentally fucking retarded that you actually believe the crap that you're typing? You are trash, goobers. Someone calling themselves Maddie D123 typed some bullshit that I'm not going to say. Scout Williams typed, keep deflecting. You're just decrepit and lonely saying everything I say is true and you're wrong. Well, what do we do with Scout Williams? Holy shit, hide user on this channel. Jesus fucking Christ, and he disappears just like that. We got this person calling himself Big Table. Types, man, this man just needs to get a job. Shit, hide user on this channel. You see how easy it is to disappear these people. That's right. So then we got goobers here still wanting attention, still not listening. Too bad out of his way not to understand. Too busy being a goddamn goober. Goobers type, you need to stop dismissing others. I am trying. Well, you would first of all shut your goddamn mouth and listen. Or stop with your little fingery bullshit and actually listen. Instead, you want to turn everything into a goddamn argument. And when I treat you like shit back, you don't fucking like it. So how about stop lying? If you were trying to be helped, you'd be listening. not typing, not about you. Goobers type, they're trying just because it doesn't meet your No, it doesn't mean that they're trying. If any of you were trying, it wouldn't be a popularity contest, which is what you're doing here. Popularity contest to fight for attention. This thing is 1 hour and 14 minutes long of me appeasing you pieces of shit because you want fucking attention, but you're not listening to what I have to say at all. You're just looking to be pieces of shit, argumentative punk-ass cunt rags. You are intentionally being harmful at this point, and you fucking know it. It's literally the one thing that you could do to help. You're going out of your way not to. You want this to be public, or you wouldn't be typing public. Now, for me, I have to go public because I have no friends or family who give a shit or ever fucking did. If I don't do what you want right when you want it, you throw a fucking tantrum and treat me like I'm a bad person. Well, you're not the victim. You're just a bitch. Do you like that? Does that feel fucking good? No, it doesn't. Just like it doesn't feel good when you assume my guilt and treat me like shit. When you want to type shit like, you need to stop dismissing others. No, the fuck I don't, you dumb cunt. Are you here to help me? Because if you're not, it is my right to dismiss you. If you are here to help me how I need, not how I want. I'm not asking anyone for the help I want. I ask for the help that I need. And you assholes just want to be argumentative fuckheads. Then I ask for the help I want, which is a goddamn bullet through the fucking head. Because of pieces of shit just like you, goobers, you're a punk-ass little bitch. You have a real name, but you're hiding behind goobers like a fucking coward. You're a weekend warrior. You're a fucking punk-ass cunt rag. You are a filthy fucking snatch hole. That's all you are. You are not a productive member of society. You are not a useful person, and you are certainly not trying to help. Because you're literally dismissing everything that I say. Because it doesn't fit. And if it doesn't fit your opinions, why would I waste my fucking time with you? Goobers type they're trying just because it doesn't meet your blah, 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 blah. Jesus served others. Jesus gave his life so we don't have to face eternal. Jesus fucking Christ. Goobers is a goddamn tard. Let's see. Cold typed homeless man. That's right, I am. And guess what? Hide user on this channel. Goodbye bye. Now somebody typed some stuff that I didn't read. Apparently something about pedophile crap or some shit like that. Lovely. So he's not a pedo. Just a little scale boy YT type. Are you thing, but you're just yelling at my comments. Stop responding if you don't want people to TA. LK. Guess what, goobers? This is fucking easy. I'm going to show you how easy this is. Hide user on this channel. Holly's gotten to see lots of people disappear from my channel. You come on my channel. You make fun and games of it. You laugh and joke and play merry. You make fun of me. You make fun of the situation. And then you pass judgment on me. You should this and you should that. And how dare you this? How dare you that? How dare you judge? Excuse me, says I. You came to my channel. Holly types, Sean, you should try not to get angry at the people trying to be helpful. They're not trying to be helpful, Holly. Just like you, they are making literally zero effort to actually help. How long have you been on my channel, Holly? And all that time, have you ever talked to me one-on-one? Have you ever made any attempt or effort to talk to me one-on-one? Have you made any effort whatsoever to listen, to understand? Good intentions, but no follow through. And certainly, even with the follow through that you have, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Holly typed, I just got home. Trying. Absolutely. And that's why you're still here, Holly. Even though you type a lot of ignorant stuff that's wrong and you have a lot of opinions that, well, I agree with you on a lot of your opinions. When you type, I should try not to get angry. You know what I've learned? The only thing you hear is anger. I have a penis. If I'm not screaming, there's no problem. That's how it is in reality to be a man. If we're not yelling, there's no problem. And if we are yelling, then it's our problem. It's our fault for yelling. If we're not yelling, there's no problem, no matter how big a problem it is. Because we're not yelling, it's not going to register to you. You're going to think that you can talk over it with a pretty meme that'll fix it. It doesn't. A pretty meme doesn't fix shit, and it never has. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Well, if your dad is raping your daughter and you're stuck in his household miles out in the woods, it's easy to say, oh, well, you should just move out of there. It's easy to say, oh, well, you should just stab him or you should just shoot him. It's easy to say those things, but do you know the reality of the situation? No, you don't. You're too busy making suggestions of what they should do. When I repeat your you shoulds, all of you get angry. How dare I repeat those things? How dare I say the things that my predators say? When in reality, it's not just my so-called friends say the same things. Oh, there's a troll right there. Just a little skelly boy type. There's always people that care about you. I just found your channel and I care and life will always get better. And that right there is an example of useless bullshit. See, that's one thing y'all just don't get, especially y'all neurotypicals. That's bullshit. See, people like me want to say things that are factual. Things will always... No, that's a pretty meme. That's like saying you just need to love yourself. Or you just need to ignore it. You just need to let it go. No, that's dismissive of the situation. And it's dismissive of the fact that it doesn't get better unless you do something. If your neighborhood is irradiated, right? Let's say a truck drove by your house and there was a barrel of nuclear waste fell off the back of the truck into your neighborhood. Saying you just need to love yourself is not going to remove the toxic waste. Saying, oh, well, things will get better. That doesn't clean up the toxic waste. Oh, life always gets better. That doesn't clean up the toxic waste. When you say, hey, I'm sick because we're being irradiated by this toxic waste. And you say, you just need to love yourself. You just need to let it go. No, these are real problems. At that point, it is a very real problem. Now you got that neighbor. You all have a neighbor like this. The one who smells a dead fish and thinks that there's a serial killer in the neighborhood. The one who thinks that because he saw a Kit Kat wrapper next to the shore that the whole lake must be irradiated. He won't go near the water because it'll make him sick. He doesn't like it when it's hot out because he can smell the water and it makes him sick. We all know those people. We know those people who go, oh, well, I broke up with my boyfriend because I'm a cheating ass hoe. But of course, I'm going to run around saying that he did this and he did that, a whole bunch of horrible things that the guy didn't do. But she's going to do those things. Why? Because it's what she's been taught to do. She didn't get what she wanted, so she's going to take revenge the way that a woman does, by slandering your name. And women are far more likely to do this. They are far more likely to spend a full day making a full-time job of making sure they run around to everyone that you know and slander your name to them. Well, you guys are busy getting on here telling me what I should do, I should do, I should do. You don't like it when I tell you what you should do you? You like to pass judgment on me. You don't like it when I pass judgment back. When I'm patient with you, you don't. And when you're impatient with me, you don't recognize at all that you're being patient in the wrong places. Now, obviously, I'm taking the time to explain to you the reality of the situation and how the destructive things that you have opinions about, that you just have to throw it out there like I hadn't heard of it or thought of it before. Like your pretty meme is going to fix it. I'm not telling you how destructive those things are to be mean to you, so don't be a little bitch about it. I'm telling you those things because they are harmful, they are hurtful, and they do destroy lives. They do result in innocent people being killed. Somebody calling himself something really, really super long and obviously not a useful name, not something I can pronounce, typed, what's your Discord? If you want to talk, we can talk. I don't have Discord anymore. What I have is a fucking telephone to do this shit on. I don't even have the physical ability to bring my computer into the library to use it here. And then there's the fact that I only get 3 hours in the library anyway. It takes forever because I'm never able to carry it up here myself. So by the time I do finally get up to the library, it's not even going to do anything functional until I plugged it in 2 to 3 times in a row. Because it. I have to plug it in for 3 hours for at least 3 days in a row so that it can do whatever updates that it needs to do in order to even be able to function so I can use it for that hour a day. I end up with zero time to work on my computer. None. So Discord is out of the question. Not because I'm not trying, because I am physically incapable. It's a good idea. It is not applicable to my situation. And I want to thank you for making that suggestion and for at least trying to work with me. Not that it matters. I go by Dogged Roman on the video games I play, and that's pretty. Put a thumbs up. Just a little skelly boy typed, I'm trying to help. No, you're not trying to help. You're wasting time. You notice that I've spent over 30 minutes explaining to you that you're wasting time. All of you fucking morons type, I'm trying to help over and over and over again. I heard you the first time. I read it the first time. How about stop? You know that it's destructive. You know that it's not helpful. And yet you do it again and again and again and again. And all of you are going to do it. So just little skelly boy YT gets hidden from my channel. Go the fuck away. Goobers has another account apparently already. Or it's somebody making fun of Goobers. It's called Goobers COX. What are we doing with that person? We're going to get rid of them. Cooler Dude 123 typed saying it will get better without doing anything. Won't get you anywhere better. You're absolutely right about that, Cooler Dude 123. And thank you for actually being reasonable in this situation, even if it's only this one comment for now. Now, little skelly boy YT, who got blocked from my channel, did type, what is the help you need? If you're yelling at me, I can't give it to you. Well, I'm not yelling at you, and that's the thing with all of you little fucking youngin' pussies. Literally everything is yelling at you. I'm not yelling. If I was yelling, I'd have been kicked out of the library a long fucking time ago. I'm using an acceptable voice for the room that I am in, and I am showing emotion, but you're a little bitch. Just little skelly boy Y2 is just a little bitch. Cannot tone manage at all. You guys don't like it when I show you my frustration and I tonally express my frustration, yet women are allowed to. They are allowed to talk to us like this. But none of you like it back. None of you. You want to make the same suggestion over and over again, and it's just as retarded now as it was the first time you made it. But you've got it in your head that if you keep on interrupting me to say the same retarded thing over and over and over again, then magically it won't be retarded anymore. No, it's fucking retarded. It was retarded the first time, it's retarded now. It's going to stay retarded because the situation that you are trying to apply it to, it does not apply to. When your solution to fixing a problem is, hey, you just need to put new pistons in the airplane. Well, first of all, I don't have an airplane. Second of all, I have no pistons. Third of all, what the fuck does a goddamn airplane have to do with my situation? Holly typed, hey, Sean, why don't you monetize your channel? Hey, Holly, are you going to help me with that? No, you're not. Hey, Holly, this isn't about making money. This is about getting help, about getting heard. I don't have the ability to monetize my channel. I don't have the knowledge or the know-how. And as much as I have tried other things, those other things are more important than trying to monetize my goddamn YouTube channel. What you're not doing is listening to me about abuse. What you are doing is being abusive. Because instead, we're now at an hour and 32 minutes now. An hour and 32 minutes of giving attention to you while you want to make suggestions. You're literally still making it a public attention thing instead of trying to get a hold of me one-on-one, making any attempt whatsoever so that I can talk to somebody one-on-one instead of it being an attention thing about who here is going to get more attention, who people are going to agree with more, whose opinion they agree with more. How about shut the fuck up and stop typing at this point? Holly typed a whole bunch of you should this and you should that, and literally you claim that you understand back to doing it again and again and again instead of suggesting and why don't you this and why don't you that. What you're not doing is listening to my story. You are literally doing the same thing that I have been having to give you my attention for over an hour now. All of you, I have given you my attention, full and undivided, at being an asshole. You're not listening. You are continually making suggestions over and over again. You are not talking to me one-on-one. You are not listening to me one-on-one. You are literally going out of your way to only do things in it, and that is your choice. That is your fault. That is your decision. Abu da ba 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 type, can't you? How about you shut the fuck up? See, this is going to be one of those things where whatever the fuck it is, I can't pronounce it, typed, can't you use Discord on your phone? No, stop making suggestions, stop asking questions. See, those questions have nothing to do with my situation. They have to do now with the way that you want to do it. And you're going to continue changing the topic to having to do it the way that you want to do it. And no matter what the situation is, it's about you wanting this. You want this. You want the Discord thing. Can I do this? Do the Discord thing. Can I do that? Do the Discord thing. How about you send me a fucking email? See, I start off with that. Email, doggedroman@gmail.com. Can you get a hold of me on email? Do you have the ability to use the email? Get a hold of me there. That's one-on-one. If you can't do that, go the hell away. You're not here to help. You're here to make suggestions. You're not here to listen. You're here to change the subject. I've given all of you assholes, and you are assholes. At this point, I've given you over an hour telling my story and telling my experience, and not a goddamn one of you care about my experience. You're just going to type over it and be demanding of attention. And before you go, oh, I'm not being like that, I don't give a fuck. You are being like that. And if I don't feed and appease your bullshit, you'll throw a tantrum on my channel at me and tell me what a horrible person I am for ignoring you, for not responding to what you typed immediately. Holly, that's how you started. Holly typed, but money helps. No doubt. No doubt money helps. But instead of asking me $10,000 about why I don't do this and why I don't do that, how about you take the time to find out what I've tried and why it doesn't work? Why don't you take the time to help me to problem solve the things that don't work? That means finding out about the solution, or finding out about questions that I don't even get to tell you what my situation is. You're wasting both of our time, and you're literally pushing me to blow my fucking head off because you don't care. Holly typed, I'm not trying to one up on you. Well, that's the thing, is it's not about one up. It's about being heard, Holly. Anytime that you're not willing to do it one-on-one, you are making it a power struggle. Literally what it is going to be with every single person who wants to get on here and type it publicly. I am only speaking publicly because I have no help one-on-one. I have nobody who's going to listen to me one-on-one. All of them do the same thing that you're doing. You type all of that shit.